Hello guys, again we are back to Fluval 4 Plus Review Full Episode 3. I'm very sorry, there's been 3 episodes, including this one, there's 3 episodes, I'm so sorry. Alright, to proceed now, last we talked about the Green Axe Phosphate algae remover by Hagen, and now we're gonna move on. Alright, about the advantages and the disadvantages of having this filter. Right, I'll start off with the pros. Right, now the advantage of this filter is that it is cheap. It is dirt cheap, right? Compared to the Fluval 405 or even the Eheim, those Eheims are real. They cause a real pain in the butt, but this filter is cheap and it's a real value for money. Especially that I got it for 50% off. But even if it's not on 50% off, it'll be like it's very value for money. If you're using this as a primary filter, then I would say you're good to go, but make sure you're just having a 20 gallons, or perhaps the max of 20 gallons or maybe 30 gallons of this filter alone. If you're planning on having more but you want this Fluval 4 Plus, you're in my situation, as if there's a sale like 50% or something like that, and basically this is a good primary filter or solo filter. It's good at one man show if it's 30 gallons and below, and if you're going to about 35 or maybe 50 gallons, I recommend you to get the Aqua Clear filters. The Aqua Clear 55 was sorry, I'm very sorry I had to knock it. I'm very sorry, he's a bit naughty. He just swallowed one of the gravels, and yeah, that's one of my turtle. But he is really naughty, and I'm gonna put him back. Now, back to the review. Alright, it's cheap, it's value for money. Alright, for the money that you're paying, it's really powerful if you're going for about 30 gallons. Of course it says that it is this Fluval 4 Plus is for 260. It pumps about 1000 liter, or about 260 US gallons per hour. But you don't want that, because you're having turtles here, and I'm having turtles here. Turtles are really messy eaters. They poop a lot, they eat a lot, and when they eat, they leave tons of food residues, which is very unpleasant. Or for your information, this tank, it looks dirty because I kinda played with the gravel, just mixed it up. So basically all the food residues underneath the gravel all, it just all rised up. But yeah, the filter is doing it. I'm very sorry, but actually if I did not disturb the gravels earlier, the water is sparkling clean, even without this polyester filter pad. Now, if you would really want to get this filter, if your tank is tall in length but somewhat short in width, because this filter is slim but it's tall and it's really powerful. So maybe if you're doing a 10 gallons, which is probably about a foot tall, then, or maybe 20 gallons, which is about a foot tall, the water is about a foot tall, then I really recommend this as a filter. Now, moving to the disadvantages, the airflow control. Alright, now I'll be taking out the filter. Right. Before I move on to that, someone PM me. He sent a PM about how do I keep the water bubbles. How do I get the water bubbles? Now, I don't. Alright, you can barely see. Now, since I have this filter this way up, as in I place it horizontally, so this I've used plastic tubings. Without plastic tubings, sorry, there'll be no air bubbles for me. But just place the air bubbles inside. It's not snug fit, it's just as long as that's, yeah, and there I go, I have the air bubbles. So one thing, the disadvantage of having this filter is that, see, it works really well, but if you go standing up like here, it doesn't work. So basically what you want is that you want to have the water level to be about here, and then you place it, the airflow control, which is this thing in here. Yeah, you would want to place it there and play with the air control. I mean, I don't know, I've never used it before because I can't, right? So basically that's the disadvantage, is the water level has to be high. It has to be here for you to get the air bubbles, right? So it has to be here. It has to be about 12 inches, about a foot tall. If you don't, I'm sorry to say, but you would have an air bubbles, and you'll have a lot of problems operating with this one. Yeah, it's huge. No, the other disadvantage is that it's huge, it is tall, and it's visible. So when it's visible, you'll have less space for your turtle. Say I have that turtle, Esoterra turtle cliff over there. It doesn't really taken up space. I have that driftwood, I've got a caveman, I've got this filter. So basically it's a hell lot of space. But if you don't mind seeing this filter, then you're good to go. Alright.